I don't know what he was doing. It was weird. It was weird to see that type of fighting. But anywho, that's not Jake Paul's fault. So Jake Paul did what he needed to do, and he won, and he looked good.
Jake Paul looked really good. I think he won all the rounds. I mean, it's good for boxing. I think he deserves a chance to fight for a world title.
Jake Paul did get fatigued down the stretch, but he still held on.
The boxing community responded differently to Jake Paul's triumph over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Ryan Garcia tweeted, "Jake outboxed Chavez Jr. and did his thing. Jake performed admirably, according to Shane Mosley, who said he moved well and put up a fierce battle." Additionally, he chastised Chavez Jr., calling his actions strange and recommending that he retire. Similar thoughts were expressed by many spectators and commentators who were impressed by Jake's development, but questioned Julio's commitment and prospects in the sport following such a lackluster performance.
Jake Paul fought a great fight. You know, he moved around the way he's supposed to, throwing great punches, and for the experience he had, he did fantastic. Junior, on the other hand, he didn't throw any punches until the third or fourth round or something. He was just kind of walking forward, and I don't know what he was doing. It was weird. It was weird to see that type of fighting. But anywho, that's not Jake Paul's fault. So Jake Paul did what he needed to do, and he won, and he looked good.
Where do you think Junior goes from here, in your opinion, Shane?
Junior needs to retire from here.
Junior needs to retire.
He needs to retire. I mean, if you can't throw any punches in 2, 3, 4 rounds, you need to retire. I mean, if you can't, what are you doing? What are we doing? You just living off. Basically, you're living off your father's name. Yeah. That's basically what you do, because you didn't even fight until the last round, maybe last two rounds, and threw some punches, and you had some success when you threw some punches.
Piers Morgan, however, stated, "I had a better fight with Jake Paul on Thursday than the irredeemable farce that happened tonight. The man is making a ton of money, but he is ruining boxing by using this dull stage bull against athletes who are really past their prime." Respected young boxer Rayo Valenilla had nothing but admiration for Jake Paul following his victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. during a quick interview. Rowe admitted that Jake performed well and looked great during the battle. The statement made by Rio that Jake should be ranked in the top 15 to 20 competitors in his division was the most notable. That's a big claim from a person involved in the sport. It demonstrates that Jake is now seen as someone who has earned a place in the rankings through actual performance rather than merely as a YouTuber experimenting with boxing.
To the fight. Oh, great fight. Julio's back after all he's been through. So, I tip my hat off to him. It's not easy, especially through, when life throws at you sometimes. But, it was a good fight.
What'd you make of how Jake Paul looked and fought?
He's doing his thing. Jake Paul's looking good. Shout out to him. Yeah.
Do you think he's ready to fight maybe a top 15, top 20?
Sure, yeah.
So I guess where does Junior go from here, in your opinion?
It's up to him. He can retire if he wants, or he can have another, fight like this. Fight a YouTuber or something.
Yeah.
Jose Benz, David Benvit's senior father and trainer, added to the growing chorus of support by expressing strong approval of Jake's performance after seeing Jake defeat Julio. Ben Sr. said Jake looked great and even suggested a future matchup between Jake Paul and his own son David Benz. He underlined that Jake now merits the chance to compete for a world championship. This remark, which comes from someone who has taught top talent, marks a shift in how experts see Jake, not just as entertainment, but as a genuine rival.
I think Jake Paul looked really good. I think he won all the rounds. I mean, it's good for boxing. I think he deserves a chance to fight for a world title. He proved it today with the ex-world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez, that, he dominated and he did really good.
What did you think of Chavez's performance? Early on, he didn't throw a lot, and then towards the end, he had some moments. Were you disappointed in Chavez?
Well, I thought, he was going to try to get Jake Paul a little tired. He was blocking and taking all his shots, but I think he just got tired, and couldn't execute it. So Jake Paul did a great job.
After Jake's victory, boxing analyst Showbiz, an adult with a keen eye and in-depth knowledge of the sport, also offered his opinion. He believes that Jake has greatly improved beyond what most others are prepared to acknowledge. He maintained that despite Jake's background, many fans continue to underestimate him and fail to see his technical advancement and increasing IQ. Jake now has the kind of timing discipline and control that is unavoidable, according to Showbiz. It's now about competence rather than just hype.